Songwriting for Wellness. Using Music to Heal the Mind. Written by Tim Cheesebrow. Narrated by Simon Husbands. Introduction. In 2011, I founded Discover Music, a small music education non-profit in Minnesota with big ideas about the positive power of music. What began as an effort to offer an academic alternative to traditional music courses in public schools has become a transformative program that uses songwriting as a vehicle for promoting wellness, self-expression, and personal development for middle school and high school students. In that time, my passion and belief in the healing power of music has grown. Time and again, I saw the deep impact that the art of songwriting was having on students, and I knew that I was onto something important. I found myself encouraging students to turn to songwriting in times of distress and uncertainty. As I was instructing them about the most useful aspects of the craft, I realized the role that songwriting played in my own development and the role it continues to play in my personal practice of wellness. Music has done wonderful things in my life, and I know how much it's helped my students. When you've got something this good, it's crucial to share it as far and as wide as possible. The first evidence of songwriting's efficacy as a tool for behavioral health presented itself to me when a student, aged 13, wrote a courageous song about overcoming the fears by his abusive father. This young man dove into the music, struggled with it, and sang with his voice shaking. And when he heard the finished recording, it was as if his entire being had somehow changed. For the rest of the year, he seemed more social, more confident, more engaged, and generally happier. He told me how much the songwriting program had meant to him and that he was ready to share his song with his family. His mother pulled me aside at the end of our end-of-year CD release party and told me how grateful she was that her son had written his song, because now he was like a different person at home and couldn't believe how much this helped him process all of his pain. Similar stories repeated themselves year after year. I've worked with students who were, by their own admittance, dealing with depression, loss, separation, poverty, heartbreak, inadequacy, imposter syndrome, perfectionism, mild autism, ADHD, abandonment, cultural shock, gender identity, racial discrimination, physical and sexual abuse, and more. At this time, our courses delivered the academic information in the context of a traditional class, but time spent one-on-one or in small groups with the students revealed what changes the pursuit of music was making in their lives. We talked about all sorts of things, from personal struggles to philosophy, economics, ethics, love, grief, social justice, and spirituality. Many students seemed to find real comfort in the messy process of songwriting and all the thoughts it dredged up. I could see the effect it was having throughout the course, and was fortunate enough to catch up with some of these students years later to see which aspects of the course they felt had the most lasting impact. Again and again, the conversation turned to the esoteric benefits: mental health, stress management, maturity, social skills, spiritual fulfillment, and general well-being. They weren't able to take any advanced music theory tests, but they were still writing songs, mostly just for themselves. Years of work with hundreds of students convinced me that music is real medicine. We are in the middle of a mental health crisis. As a nation, we are just beginning to understand the magnitude of the problem, but have not yet taken sufficient steps to address it. According to studies conducted by the National Alliance for Mental Illness, at least 20% of youth aged 13 to 18 are living with a mental health condition. Suicide just became the second leading cause of death for youth 13 to 18, surpassed only by traffic-related deaths.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?